Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the show. Because doing well on this 18 January 2025. Today we're doing a special test, a very special test. I had a long day. I had a really long day. Even I got emotional, so I'm a bit tired, but I got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna do something that you shouldn't do. I'm gonna take another energy drinks. Um, you should only do one a day, but the rest is for the wicked. I ain't no wicked. So today we're doing a taste test for a energy drink that we already drank. However, this is a very special product. This is a very special review for a very simple reason. Yesterday we talked about how a company, which was Monster, did a mistake when it came to the branding. We talked about the description, which was hyping the product up more than it should have been. We're talking about the design of the product. Oh, what was that? What the fuck was that? I don't think it matters. So we're talking about that's not you should okay. Give me a sec. So not super important, but you shouldn't say something false and you shouldn't say that's not important. You should take care of it right away. Okay. So we are talking about yesterday how the design of the can of the Monster, which was Butterfly and Chaos, two very similar can. The butterfly effect was mentioned and the butterfly flavor, which I think is fantastic. I used to praise it. I used to praise the fact that they talk about the butterfly effect because it's actually a really interesting term. It's actually really interesting in a psychological way, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because holy shit, I'm thinking about psychologically, but it would be even so more so beautiful if they took it and they made it better flavor because then it would mean something. Now this is a great description on a shitty design. It's a great description on a shitty flavor. It's a great description hyping up a shitty product, right? Shit is shit no matter how you do it. So I was saying how it was not the best way to do things in a did I do a thumbnail? Architected background. As always, we're gaming. The phone is still broken. We're getting it fixed on Monday, so that's good. On this one, we're talking about great marketing, right? And this is actually the perfect thing. This is the perfect duality. We're talking about balance, right? This is the perfect balance. This is the yang to the yin of Monster. I do not like Red Bull. Sorry, Red Bulls. I know you give out wings. I don't need no wings, bro. I'm good here. So, I'm not a fan of Red Bull, but they did something really good. Now, in the simplicity of it, there's no description, there's no nothing, which is a bit shitty, but you have a great product, so it doesn't matter. This one tastes really good, but it's more so what it did with the thing. Very precise. It's more so what they did with the review. You can tell that I still have a lot of work to do. Can I say I'm tired? Stop complaining. It's what they did with the marketing out of it. So Red Bull, for the longest of time, had two flavors. Was Red Bull the normal and Red Bull no sugar. Then it came out with Red Bull lime, and then it came out with the addition. So the addition here is absolutely phenomenal. Now I'm going to talk about a couple other products that do the same thing. We're really going to go dive in like a sailor at a nailer, a bit of Juice WRLD in there. Or what I could do is talk about how the addition is amazing, taste the product because I'm very thirsty, and then talk about why it's super smart. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So apricot edition, which is apricot strawberry. We tasted this before. I remember it being a superior, a quality product, and we'll see if I was just thirsty or not. When you're thirsty, even water tastes like freaking champagne. Actually, pretty good. I'm not a knowledgeable person when it comes to apricot, but I'm a knowledgeable person when it comes to strawberry. My father used to have some in his garden. The taste of the strawberry is kind of nice. What I do like is the texture of the strawberry, that little bitterness, that little almost bumpy skin, the little black dots on the skin, which have the texture on their own, right? It's like almost CD, not a CD, like what we used to do to play music back in my days, but the a seed, right? It's almost a seed, and it's seed-ish. Is that better? That's better. Perfect. So the flavor is actually pretty good, pretty simple. I'm not tasting the blend of Red Bull, which is a great thing. And yeah, I wouldn't go as far as saying this is a product that I love, but it's actually pretty good. And coming from a company that I don't like. And now, back into the biz, back into why I think this is great marketing. Now, ultimately speaking, I don't like Red Bull, so I'm not singing praises of a company that I don't like, but I'm gonna do it here. No sugar, by the way. I don't know if that's a difference. I don't know if I think it tastes pretty good, right? I don't know if it's always no sugar or sometimes there is sugar. This one is really good. Now, what I do like here in the design, it's actually really nice. You have these, right? You have this blue one, and you have this blue one, right? So if you're seeing the can, you can see this. If you're not seeing the can and you're seeing the top, having a little thing like this, which is blue, could be a shown or a indicative that is no sugar. Now, if you were looking for only no sugar, you'd be excited about that, right? I don't think I tasted this one. I think this is the very first time we taste it. I think it's the very first time we taste this one because I don't have memories of drinking the no sugar one. I have memories of drinking this one, but I don't know if it was no sugar, right? Now, ultimately speaking, you can have the blue here, you can have the blue here. Do I think that you need 2 blues? No. I think it actually takes away from the design here. Like here it's okay because it's technically not part of it. What I also really like is when you turn it, it goes all the way around. It sounds stupid, but it adds something. It's like a layer. Like, hey, how can I say this? It's like a billboard, actually. It's like a billboard. So you see your whole city, a city you saw day in, day out, a city you saw going to work, coming back from work, a city you saw since you were a kid in the beginning of life. Your parents were taking you someplace that you really enjoyed, and you were excited, and you were looking out your window because you were excited, and you saw the city. Then you see a billboard. The billboard does change. Like, okay, I see the billboard, which is cool. So, going back to the product, here I think it adds a lot. Here I think it's a bit, it's a bit too much. However, if it wasn't for the blue thing, this would be the only one. And if this is hidden, there's a possibility that this is hidden in the packaging. So, I guess this is needed. This is my first time having this. Pretty good. I'm going to be honest and say I really enjoy this product. I'm going to be honest, right? But it's not so much about me enjoying the product. It's not about the taste. It is a good taste. It is a good product. Something I don't like. But it's about the principle behind it. And the principle behind it is absolutely genius. So, why is the principle behind it absolutely genius? Actually, quite simple. So, by Red Bull releasing edition, right? They're tying up every single product, right? So you have the blue edition, you have the yellow edition, you have the apricot edition, you have the watermelon edition. All of them are edition, right? Now, ultimately speaking, they're different flavor, but they're all in the category of edition. So when you think about a new product, when you're reading a new product, when you're going down the aisle and you're saying edition, like, okay, well, this is reinforcing that is the same product, but it create a bond, a sort of continuity. I think the word I'm looking for is continuity. And you're looking for continuity, and you're like, holy shit, dude, this is really good. This is absolutely phenomenal. In which ways, it's absolutely phenomenal in which ways we're seeing how they all link up. And you could say, yes, Red Bull is Red Bull, but as much as I love when a company does collabs, it's sometimes confusing. For example, I've had Ruffle with KFC not too long ago. KFC flavored Ruffle, which were amazing. But then you're like, okay, well, it's a brand of KFC, right? And I like KFC. I celebrated my 100 followers KFC. I celebrated my 5,000 followers on TikTok with KFC. Celebrated my 500 followers recently on YouTube with KFC. Other thing that we did was with KFC, right? I love the product. However, if I'm seeing an aisle of Ruffle chips and all of them are collab, I'm like, okay, well, there's a problem. If you have collabs, either your product is very popular and everybody wants to collab with you, or either your brand is not good enough and you need to collab to help yourself out. Arknight, very rare collabs. And what I really like about the edition is kind of like a collection, which is where I want to go. So, of course, what it did, I think it's brilliant marketing. I think it's really, really fantastic work out of the company of Red Bull. In which ways, it's actually quite simple. So, you take the edition, right? The first edition was what? Edition yellow, edition blue, right? Edition red, maybe? I don't fucking know. We'll take a company that's been the leader in gaming for multiple decades. Pokemon. Well, check out the first generation: Pokemon Fire, Blue. No, sorry, Pokemon Red, Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Yellow, right? And then they had another generation, but they wanted more. They wanted more. So what they did was Pokemon Edition, right? Gold and Silver, right? And then they added the Emerald. So when you see the value of the metal, you're like, okay, well, there's an upper value. Then the third generation, they went with what? They went with Ruby, Sapphire, right? Oh my God, no, Gold, Silver, Crystal. Then they went with Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, which is the third generation. They want to do more, so they went with Pearl, Platinum, and they went with Pearl, Platinum. What's the other one? Diamond? I think it's Diamond, right? Which is amazing. And then they of course went with Black and White, but they had no other choices. So you see, there's a plus, but it was always nice because you always saw a continuity with the fact that they were going above and beyond. So this is better quality. This is better quality. Just like this, you have the yellow edition, you have the red edition, which are good. But if you have a apricot edition, then you're in favor of the rays, if you will. Now it's a risky bet, because if you don't like apricot, then it doesn't matter. See, I even cut my mustache. I even cut my hair and changed my name. Because we all want to be just rock star in a little bit. I'm seeing this girl and she said, yo, you need to cut that mustache. I'm like, yeah, okay. And that's it. Ultimately speaking, apricot is actually pretty good. Apricot is pretty good. Not a fan. If it wasn't for tasting, would I buy apricot? The answer is no. I wouldn't. But I want to try something new. However, it's kind of complicated because you're going into I'm going into more specification. More specification means it's more niche, right? If I was doing a channel of one game, it would be more niche than doing a gaming channel, right? However, if it was for this gaming channel or this channel with this game, people would be more excited about it. So, I don't know. I think it's a risky move. I think it's not my company. I think they should do whatever the fuck they want to do. Now, I'm going to say something where I kiss this drink. There you go. Yeah, that's my thing. There's this, I don't know why. I think it's because I'm on a table and I'm constantly pushing it. The screw is a bit crooked. Because it's a bit crooked, it tends to fall on one side, not the other. So I have to fix that. I have to put in new screws. Yeah. So I'm gonna say something in the fact that it's apricot edition, but you kind of need apricot and strawberry. But hey, who am I to judge? Anyway, good flavor, good branding, very smart branding, and ultimately, even if I know what you're saying, I'm not a gamer Inc. So the Pokemon edition, it's I don't give a fuck. I do not give a fuck. Maybe you're a sports guy. So you're gonna have sections. They section A, B, C, D, right? The A is the best. B is different. C is lesser. D is the worst. But they're all letters and they're all sectioned. So there is a continuity. I think it's important. It's like playing a movie and you say the first movie, the second movie, the third movie. I think it matters. Anyway, you know what doesn't matter? Now, let's just enjoy life a little bit. I love you guys. Take it easy. We'll get my phone fixed on Monday. We'll have a lot more content on Monday. As of now, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace.